Hello book besties, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ash and you are watching Smoke Shelves. Hey besties, welcome back to another video. Today I am bringing you, as the title always suggests, I am bringing you 10 books that I was hoping to read in 2021. I believe all of them are 2021 releases, but 10 books that I was hoping to read in 2021, whether that was me putting it on like 4 hopeful videos or just generally was a release that I was super anticipating and then just never got around to reading it, and anywhere in between those two ends of the spectrum. Yeah, I have 10 books. Ideally, I think so. All of them are 2021 releases. Sorry for any potential abrupt angle changes. My mom just called, so gotta go answer her. Where was I? What was I even saying? Yes, 10 misconnections of books that I should have read in 2021 but never got to because I'm really bad at reading from my TBR, and all of these are actually from my TBR. Somehow, I'm gonna hope I get to them this year, but these 10 books I didn't get to. Some I have plans to read soon in the near future, and some I would just really like to get to them before sequels release because they look so good. Anyways, I'm not gonna go in any particular order, and I don't really have synopses for like half of these because I like to go into my books blind mostly, or like with a few taglines. And also it's probably been so long that I just don't really remember anything beyond the basic tagline. So I will do my best to give synopses for the ones that I know, and then I might read synopses for the ones that I don't know. Let's speed run through this. I believe I can do this in a timely manner. So the first one that I have that I would really like to read, it has been on a few hopeful lists of mine in this past year, and it was a new release, I believe. Like I said, I think they all are, but don't quote me on that. So this one was a 2021 release. I didn't get to it. I don't really know what it's about. I just know that it's queer. The first one is In the Ravenous Dark by A.M. Strickland. This one I put on a few hopeful lists last year. I know one of them was filmed, and surprise, I never got around to it. I know that it is poly and that it's fantasy. I don't know much more than that. This one, I know it released last year, like I said, and I know those 2 taglines. And I have just seen a lot of good things from A.M. Strickland, and I would like to give them a shot, and I know they write a lot of queer stuff. So yeah, that's number 1 on the list. I have nothing more to say than that because I really don't know anything about this one, and I'm okay keeping it that way. Will I get to it this year? Who knows? It's here with me, so ideally I will pick it up soon because all the books that I have here are with me, so ideally I'll pick them up soon, but who knows? Who knows? That's book number 1. I need a way to like showcase the books that I'm including in this video like better. I need a better way of doing that. Do I throw it on the bed behind me? Maybe. That might be the move. Sure, that's a pile. This next one, I have also seen a lot of people really enjoy this one. I know they have other books released that I think people like those more than this one. I've seen more mixed reviews for this one than their other one, and this one is Hani and Ishu's Guide to Fake Dating by Adiba Jaigirdar. This book, I have seen a lot of hype for it because a lot of people loved the Hana Wars by this author. Yeah, I'm not mistaking that, right? Yeah, I'm not. And what I know about this one is that, kind of like the title suggests of the book, it is a fake dating scenario, and it starts because one of the main characters, she is bi, and all of her friends are kind of just questioning her sexuality in not a nice way. They're saying she can't be bi because she's never dated a girl, and so she basically lies to them and says, oh well, I actually am, I'm dating this person, and it's the other person. And so the 2 of them start fake dating. I don't know why the other person has the reason to fake date with this one, but I don't know who's who, obviously, but yeah, they start fake dating and things happen and they like each other. I think it might also be kind of like a rivals situation, but that could be totally me making this up, but I think it is. Anyways, it is a sapphic fake dating scheme, and you can never go wrong with that. Copyright 2021. I assume that means that it was published in 2021. So yes, I remember, was it this book? It might have been this book where I like went on a manhunt, an actual manhunt for her at like 4 barns. I don't know why I was looking for her so intensely, but I was looking to buy this copy, and I literally spent like a good month searching for her, and then I finally got her, and I still haven't picked it up. Oops. Oh well, maybe this is my time. This is my little shove at myself, especially because I want to read the Hana Wars too. Everyone really likes the Hana Wars, so if I like this, I know what I'm gonna want to read right after. After that, I have yet another sapphic book because apparently I have a lot of sapphic books on this list. Interesting. But that one is Gearbreakers by Zoe Hana Mikuta. I have to check it like every time because I don't actually know. This one, I'm pretty sure it's sci-fi, sapphic sci-fi, but this one, yes. So this one also was one that I think I went on like kind of a manhunt for. A little bit less than Hani and Ishu's Guide, but I was looking for this for a really long time and I had a really clear intention to read it last summer. I think it released last summer, but I had a big intention I was going to do it, and then I ended up working on my friend's movie all summer and having no time to read when I was supposed to be reading this. Unfortunately, it just kind of got shoved in the rug a little bit. And then the cover for the sequel, which is stunning by the way, that cover just released recently and it looks so good. And so it is now back on my I need to read this ASAP. I don't know much more than the fact that it is sapphic in space, maybe not space, sci-fi sapphics. Oh, I do know it's like steampunk vibes. That's the only other thing I know, is that like, you can kind of tell. I mean, it's like, beautiful cover. This was one of the books that I bought partially because of what it was about and just being sapphic, sci-fi, steampunk vibes, but also just like the cover is stunning. Yeah, this was one of my favorite covers of last year, and I'm not mad about that I bought it as a cover buy, because people work hard to make their covers beautiful. And so I will have no shame in being a cover buyer. So this one, I think she was also on a few of my hopeful videos last year. And one day maybe I'll pick her up soon. Also just the fact that she matches my hair a little bit. Love that for me. My hair's, ignore it. This next one, I mean, they're all ones that I really should have read last year when they released and wanted to and kind of had plans to and then got busy with the summertime. But this one really was one of those because I've just seen so much love for it. And this cover was beautiful, and the premise of this book alone had me so excited, and yet here we are and I haven't read it, and that is She Who Became the Sun by Shelley Parker Chan. If you haven't heard about this one, it is a standalone adult fantasy that is basically following like a gender bent. Is it gender bent? I don't think it's gender bent, but it's a sapphic, I want to say it's sapphic. It's a sapphic Mulan retelling. I don't think it's gender bent because I think the main character is female, or maybe they're non-binary. I don't actually know. And yeah, I mean, another like just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous cover. This one, it had a lot of hype when it first released. It died down a little bit, and now I feel like the hype's coming back up as more people are starting to read it now who just didn't read it in the first like round of when it first released. I've been eyeing it more and more. I just also need to really be in the mood for an adult fantasy, and even though it is a standalone, I'm pretty sure it's a standalone, and it's not that chunky compared to like what usual adult fantasy looks like. I have just not been in an adult fantasy mood for a while now, but who knows? Maybe one day I'll pick her up. I honestly make no promises with her just because adult fantasy is hard. So is sci-fi, but I don't know. Sci-fi I can handle a bit better. Yeah, one day maybe. Also, this is really random, but like my spinous, the dust jacket of mine is kind of weird. So the spine is like slightly off. This is not the first book that's happened to. Oh, I don't have it with me. I had another book that has like the spine, the dust jacket on the spine's kind of wrong. I don't know why that's the case, but need to read. We have another retelling. I think it's retelling. It might just be based off of mythology or like folklore, but I think it's retelling. I don't know which one it is. I remember seeing somewhere that it is, and that is Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lynn. And this one, she's actually chunkier than, oh my gosh, she's chunkier than She Who Became the Sun, but she's YA, so I feel like it'll be a little better. Anyways, another one that I don't know too much about, but I actually know like maybe a lot more actually than some of the other ones I said. But this one, I know it follows a princess who's been exiled, and she's basically on the hunt to, I think she's trying to find her brothers. And the thing that makes me think it's a retelling of some sort is that she's mute, or she's been like cursed by an evil parent. I think it's a parent. But basically she's on this mission to find her brothers, and she can't talk because something happens to her brothers, I think, if she does. That is what I know of this one. This is another one that the like sequels cover like just released. Let me pop it up, and it's like stunning, and it just like, oh shit, I really need to read it now, like now. Ugh, I don't know, it's just so pretty. Like, whoever is doing cover art lately, I would like to thank you, truly, because this is beautiful. Dragon's Promise is beautiful. The UK editions of these are also beautiful. What more do you want? That is book number 5 that I'm hoping to get to this year, ideally soon, because I have it with me, and I really should be reading the book that I have with me. Anyways, we'll see if that actually happens. This next one has also been on a lot of my hopeful lists of last year, and I don't know why I'm not picking this one up because I read the first one and adored it, and I really should read this next one, and that is Out of Character by Anabeth Albert. I'm not sure if these characters are connected to the characters in the first book of this series, but the general premise of this series is that it is like, at least last time, it was two rivals going to a con, and so I think this one follows an actor and a fan. Maybe, come on, please tell me if that's right. I'm not sure, but I do know that it is taking place at another convention, which, if you have heard me, I don't know what video it was, but I really offhandedly mentioned once, or maybe twice even, that I really like books that are set at conventions, and it's a very niche setting, but the ones that I have read with this setting I've really enjoyed, and I have a few more in my like arsenal of a TBR like this one. But I know it is a new adult male romance, and I'm just really excited. I think this series of books is underrated, and I'm excited to continue on eventually. Like, I really should one day, as I've been saying with all these, but truly with this one day, because for some reason, no matter how much I say read the book, put the book next to the bed, unfortunately it just never happens. I end up reading something else. This is the year I read it, especially because I really enjoyed Conventional Yours. I mean, that's starting to look like a decent stack. You just can't see the in the ravenous dark. It's all out of frame. It's fine. Let's just go back to sapphic books instead. How about that? Let's go to A Sweet and Bitter Magic. This one was another one that I planned to read like really long time ago, like after at least, I think it was Pride. I was trying to read this for Pride. So that tells you like how many months I've been like putting this off. I'm reading Malice, which if you haven't seen my like worst and disappointing video, I'll link it up. I should read this, I think, maybe, potentially. I don't know, but I know this one is Sapphic Witches, and it's a grumpy sunshine romance. Anything beyond that, no. Like I said, I like to go in blind, and also I'm terrible at remembering things that I did learn about, mostly because I like to go in blind. But yes, Sapphic Witches, Grumpy Sunshine. I think this is a series. I think it had a cover release. I could be wrong. I could be so wrong. It was another one that was like highly a cover by, but also I had heard that it was Sapphic Witches, but really it was a cover by because that was some really good art. Truly really good art. And also like goes to the back. You can kind of see it. It wraps around. I hope I love the actual book, because besides Pride, I have just honestly not really thought to pick it up since, which is my bad if it's one of your faves. If it is your fave, push me on this one, because this has kind of took like a back seat compared to a lot of my other like these guys. Okay, another one with a lot of queer rep, and I think it's more than just, I think this one is Sapphic, and then I know the cover was for the sequel was released, and I know that's a Killian. This one is A Dark and Hollow Star by Ashley Shuttleworth. Not bad, not bad. I didn't actually have to like look at the name first. She's thick. I think this one's also adult fantasy. It could be YA. I actually don't know. Oh, I'm just looking at the like, sorry, I'm just looking at the spines. A lot of my, you can't really, yes you can. I was gonna say, a lot of my books have like this dented part on my spine, and that's definitely just from trying to bring it here in a plain suitcase bag situation. But that is not the issue today. My issue is, why haven't I picked this up? This is another one that I feel like is kind of underrated, but has incredible art. This might be one of my favorite ones like ever, but I know the cover art changed for the sequel, and I don't love the cover art as much for the sequel. I don't love that one as much as I love this first one, but if it's a good story, am I really gonna be too mad? I don't know much about this one. I know the sequel has, is it Grumpy Sunshine, or is it Grumpy? I don't actually know. Poisoning? Royalty? I think. A really hot girl? I assume she's lesbian. A really hot lesbian with another sword? Apparently that's a trend with the books that I like to read. Okay, anyways, one day, but I really need to get my ass on it because of the sequel. Oh god, please don't fall down. Let's speedrun these last two, because I may or may not have reading plans for these already, so don't worry about it. The first one is Kingdom of the Curse by Kerri Maniscalco, and this is the sequel to Kingdom of the Wicked, which this one released in 2021, and Kingdom of the Feared, which the cover for that one just released. That one is a release this year, which I already have pre-ordered, but this one, I had this one pre-ordered back in the States, and you can tell it's a library edition because it's got like the shiny coat on it, and also just has the stamps. But I got this one and my next one from the library because I have plans to read them, and I really want to read them because my friend has read it and will not shut up about it. But not shut up about it, I mean like she won't shut up, so I read it kind of shut up. She's not going to say anything. She knows I don't like being told things, but this one I should actually give a synopsis to because I read the first book. We are following Amelia after she has found that her sister has gone missing, and basically she is unwillingly teamed up with a Prince of Hell, Wrath, And together they are just trying to figure out what is happening in her town, why are people going missing, and oh yeah, she's a witch. I am terrible at synopses. I've probably spoken about this one, like the synopsis of this one before, so I forgive myself for this one, but I was very shook by the ending of this one. And it was really just a fast read. So as much as I wanted to get to this last year, and like really truly did, and I would have picked it up, I had it shipped to my house at home in the States. So obviously I have been here since late December, and I was only home for like 1 week. And I chose to read Are My Lynettes instead, which I'm not mad about. That was a great choice on my part. But now I'm gonna get to this. Yes, because I hear this one ends on a cliffhanger as well. Okay, last one, also a sequel. I will once again try to do my best. Both of their predecessors, I should say, were in my top 10 reads of 2021. So I'll actually just link up that video so you can get a better synopsis, because I'm not doing them well right now, apparently. I'm sorry, y'all. Sometimes I'm on it, and sometimes, most of the time, I'm not. And today's one of those days where I am not. This last one is, like I said, another sequel. It is The Gilded Cage by Lynette Noni. I will never mess up her name after the 6 times I messed up her name. I'm sorry, Lynette. I really am. But this one, let's see. This one, briefly, the original, its predecessor, the first book in the series was about, it's following Kiva. I don't know why I never have her name, like none of the characters, their names they're all gone, you know? But the story is really good. But anyways, we are following Kiva. She is in this prison, and this prison is notoriously known for being very unsafe. Like, you don't really survive long in this prison. It's very harsh conditions, and you're, working, and a lot of people in the prison work in the mines or just hard labor. And so we're following Kiva. She is the prison's healer. She works in the medical infirmary area, and she is in charge of just making sure people are surviving, but also she's the one that marks them all, because they get marked with a Z at the beginning. For specific circumstances, she is put up to a few trials to do by some ruling individuals, authority individuals in the prison. And so yeah, so we are following her going through these trials and watching her as she struggles in this prison to just survive. And it ended on a massive cliffhanger, and I am stressed, very much stressed, but excited. And just like with most of these, the final book, The Blood Trader, has a cover, and my friend read this one and knows what the cover means. I don't know what the cover means. Anyways, this one also, it's a library book, clearly. The same situation as Kingdom of the Cursed. It was shipped to my house. I did not have the time to read it in the 1 week I was home, so I plan now to read it soon. Very soon, hopefully. Like soon, I should be getting a video out soon, hopefully. But yes, this is the last one. Those are my 10 missed connections from 2021, 10 books that I really wish I had read in 2021, and am hopefully going to get to in 2022. Hold me accountable, y'all, please. Actually, I'm gonna do my best, because I only have so many books here with me, but also I'm not doing really great with physical reading right now. It's all just like ebook or audiobook. But yes, those are my 10 books. So that concludes this video. I don't actually have much else to say. I don't have much to close it out with. So let's just go straight into this, like my usual. If you liked this video, please give this video a big fat like down below. Comment down below if you have read any of these lovely books. If you have, which of these are your favorites? Or I should say, do you suggest any of them? Which one should I start with? Because if y'all yell at me enough, ideally I pick up the books that I say I should pick up, but it takes some convincing. Or if you haven't read any of these, are there any books on your like missed connections list where you were supposed to read them or should have read them and wanted to read them last year but never got to, so you're gonna try to get to them this year? That's also something I would love to see, because I'm just looking for new books to read. Am I though? Yes, I am. At the expense of money, time, sleep, and my already existent TBR, I am always looking for new books. It's time for me to go. Finally, please consider subscribing. It would mean the absolute world to me if you did. I really do hope you stick around. Yeah, I am gonna get going now. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye.